Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot Readings. Capricorn, let's get started. So, for this week, we're looking at the big October energies, and we're going to be covering quite a lot here today, Capricorn. However, though, first we are going to be starting off with the beautiful red rose oracle cards. So let's just take out one oracle card for Capricorn, and then we're going to be moving on to the tarots. Okay. Oracle card for Capricorn, please. One oracle card, please, for Capricorn. Excellent. What do we have? The dragonfly. Lighthearted and adapt. Finding out and change things coming to light and heal. Okay, so we have the dragonfly oracle card. So it's about adapting, finding out, changing things, coming to light. So it's more like, for example, the dragonfly finding out things, but also adapting. So that is your oracle card, Capricorn. Now, because we are going to be looking at the October energies, of course, I am going to use the beautiful, the amazing Halloween tarot. I believe these are the original ones too, the first Halloween cards that came out. They are so fun. So they're a little bit different compared to traditional tarot because, of course, swords are being represented as bats, cups as ghosts, imps as wands, and of course, pumpkins as pentacles. So, especially for our students, if you do feel comfortable enough moving on to a different sort of tarot deck, yes, I do recommend you looking at the Halloween tarot. Okay. They're exactly like the tarot, but they just represent a little bit differently. Anyway, Capricorn, let's get started. Let's have a look at the big October 2025 energy. Capricorn, October, big energies 2025. Anything that comes out, love, career, money, anything that you need to know, blocks, advice, outcome, anything at all, please. Anything at all. All right, let's cut the cards. What do we have? So we have the Page of Imps, also known as the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is, again, messages, but messages that motivate us. You know, things that we're side hustling for, things that we feel very motivated to take action. Yes, it can also be love. What else do we have? The moon. So we have here the big bad wolf here. So the moon can also show sometimes a bit of nervous energy. And then we have the Three of Bats, also known as the Three of Swords here. You know, messages of concern that may cause a bit of nervous energy, perhaps even heartbreak too, because someone acted like a fool here. Okay. So there's going to be messages here that we may feel a little bit nervous about. Let's have a look at your cards. So let's put this over here. So October. First card, we're going to talk about love. What's the energy, please, for love? So we have the Nine of Bats here. So the Nine of Bats can show sleepless nights. This is showing nervous, anxious thoughts. You know, perhaps this can show sometimes we can go through challenges when it comes to love. We may be hearing, and Capricorn, I do need to show you again the back of the deck. We may be receiving certain news that we may feel a little bit nervous and a little bit heartbroken. when it comes to love, because these cards are already showing us something is happening with love here. There may be issues with, for example, your person's phone, for example, because again, these are all messages. We're feeling very inclined to maybe look at our person's phone to see are they telling the truth, or we may be finding out information. But yes, we do have the Nine of Bats. And yes, especially the Nine of Swords can show sleepless nights when we're feeling very nervous. It's definitely a reflection of the moon. When we are feeling quite nervous, we have anxious thoughts, there's stress, perhaps there's sadness too, because we have a lot of worries. We are perhaps over worrying, over analyzing. And sometimes the best thing we can do, Capricorn, especially with the Nine of Bats, there's so many thoughts running through our mind that let's just stop for a moment and just look at the present moment, and let's look at the logical part of this situation, because there's a lot happening here. So this card's already giving you a heads up already, Capricorn, that yes, you may be receiving some challenging news in October, but it's nothing that you cannot handle here. The best thing you can do, not to let your anxious thoughts command you. Whatever challenges you may face, whatever it is. Sometimes certain challenges may also release us, free us from tension. We may see this as a big challenging, a big hurdle, but sometimes it's also a release too. Next card, let's have a look at career. So we do have the Three of Imps. This is also known as the Three of Wands. So career, wow, Capricorn, something huge. It's on its way to you. Your ship is finally coming. So yes, you're going to be receiving very good news from someone that you haven't heard from in a while. So especially when it comes to career and you're trying to get that interview, get that meeting, whatever it is, people are finally going to get back to you. After waiting for so long, Capricorn, finally going to get some form of contact. Could be email, could be a phone call. And notice that we have the wands. The wands represent projects too. Something that you're side hustling, that you're fighting for, that you're really, really striving hard towards. So the good news is, Capricorn, you're finally going to get some answers. People are going to get back to you. Let's look at now money. Money, money, money. Okay, so we do have the King of Pumpkin. This is also known as the King of Pentacles. Money is going to be good. Money is going to improve. And money is going to bring stability. Now, this is actually representing you, Capricorn, where you're sitting on your throne. But notice the facial expression. This person is very calm. They're very grounded. They can relax their shoulders because money is over plenty now. There's money enough to support expenses, the house, everything, health, you name it. So money is going to keep you grounded in the sense that you can take care of all your responsibilities. You can actually even have more leisure time, have more fun too. You may also be receiving news from this person, the person you are dealing with. They may be Taurus energy, where they see potential in you. You definitely receive money in the sense that with all your strengths and capabilities, people see that yes, you are definitely deserving of this particular money. Yes. So definitely for career and money, it's amazing. Really, really good. So next card, what you don't see coming, or something that's behind the scenes, something that you need to be aware of. What do we have? So we do have the Ten of Bats. Ten of Bats is also known as the Ten of Swords. Now, I know most of you that are watching this and that know tarot, you're probably thinking, oh my God, that's the worst card in the deck. Yes, however, though, I do feel it's highly linked to love. But please also remember, If you look at this card very clearly, yes, the bats are hovering above her, but none are touching her. None of them are touching the person. So this can also mean, with the Ten of Swords, release. Yes, we may feel disappointed, we may feel betrayed by a certain someone, but this also releases you from the Ten of Swords. When you're hitting rock bottom, you're feeling angry, sad, disappointed. It releases that energy from you. And this also rolls over to now the Ace of Swords, where you're now getting mental clarity. The Ten of Swords also brings clarity in the sense you finally see things for what they really, really are. And now, because the Ten of Swords, it is just, of the Nine of Bats, I definitely do feel that, yes, for some of you, may not hear really nice news from your person, and that may dishearten you. Please remember, Capricorn, don't lose sight of yourself, because you must always put into reality how you feel about someone versus how they make you feel. There is always a difference there. Any advice, please, for October for Capricorn? Any advice? You have the world. So, what do we know about the world? The world is the end, right at the end of the major arcana. You're wrapping things up in October in the sense, what does that mean? You've gone through all the major arcanas. Capricorn, you've gone through the Tower, the Moon, the Lovers, the Sun. You've done it all. And now you're wrapping things up, coming completely full circle and finishing a phase in your life. You're shedding your skin and ready to start the next phase of your life. What is that next phase in your life? It actually represents all the four corners. It can be love, career, and also money, travel, everything. It can be also related to love. So you're also wrapping things up. You're ending the 10 of Swords. You're ending delays. You're ending financial stress. It's all coming full circle now. And finally, Capricorn, we have the last card. What do we have? The Two of Imps. So we have advice. And the last card is anything else that you need to know. Anything else. The Two of Imps is represented as the Two of Wands. Capricorn, decision making will be very important, especially in October. You need to make very important decisions when it comes to love, career, and also money. But the good news is, Capricorn, you can't make the wrong decision. Whatever decision you make, it will work out in your favor. It will. And you know exactly what you have to do. Don't doubt your decisions. You're very intuitive. You're represented as the beautiful goat that's always climbing that mountain. Yes, sometimes when we climb mountains, we may feel that certain blocks are ahead. There's nothing that you cannot handle. When it comes to decision making, go for it and act on it. Because it's also about taking action. Don't hesitate. Don't overanalyze. Decide and act and do not turn back. That's what it is. So Capricorn, overall though, especially for the October energies, there is great things that are happening. The main great thing that I do love to see is the world. You're coming full circle and you're now leaving your old life behind. It's the end of the line, Capricorn. And with the dragonfly, what does the dragonfly do? You adapt, you change, you sever ties, you make new contacts, and also you take flight when it comes to the dragonfly. So overall, Capricorn, these are great, great cards. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic October and an amazing Halloween, of course. Don't forget to also check out our course if you wish to enroll. Power to you, Capricorn, and I wish you an amazing day. Bye for now.